On February the 13th, a clash between two top 10 bantamweight fighters will take place at the Apex in Las Vegas, when Jimmie El Terror Rivera steps into the octagon to face Pedro Munhoz. And Jimmie is here with us today to talk about the fight. Jimmie, welcome back, man, to Somos MMA. It's great to have you here.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, Jimmie, first of all, before we start, the last time we spoke, almost a year ago, your dog had puppies. So how are they?
They're good now. They all got good homes, and we kept one of the pups. Mikey, he's huge now.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. And well, Jimmie, let's talk about you, man. New year, new fight. How are you preparing for this one? You just told that you just finished your training.
Yeah. I just got done with my cardio training. Uh, Training like every fight. You know what I mean? Doing the same stuff. Just training with different guys that are more Pedro style, so I can get ready for the fight.
Okay, awesome. And Jimmie, I want to go back to your last fight. You got a great win against Cody Stamann back in July, but you then you got a layoff, and I want to ask you, why did you decide to stop? It was an injury, because I remember you had some neck issues, or it was just a decision
Uh,
to
yeah,
relax.
February I had to pull out a fight. I had some neck issues, some herniated discs that were bothered me a lot, and then I got a last call replacement to fight Cody Stamann in Abu Dhabi, which I took and got a win. And then we were actually the Pedro Munhoz fight was scheduled in October. I mean, well, we were talking about September, October, and we were supposed to fight in November, and it got pushed back to January, and they got pushed back again for personal reasons to February.
Okay. And what are you expecting from this fight, man? He's a tough guy. He's in the ranking. I think he's number 8. I think
Yeah, I
in the
think it's gonna
ranking.
be a
So
it's
yeah.
gonna be a war. You know, we fought my second uh, UFC fight in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in his hometown in Brazil, and it was a war. We beat the crap out of each other. I think it's just gonna be the same thing, except it's in the United States instead.
Yeah. You got the split decision in that one. So do you think it's going to be easier for you, or what are you expecting?
I never think it's going to be easier a fight. I mean, Pedro's tough. You could throw everything in the kitchen at him, and he keeps coming forward. I think it's going to be a tough fight, but it's going to be a war. You watch his fight with Frankie Ager and himself. I actually thought he won that fight. It was a close fight, but they gave it to Frankie. But he was coming forward the whole time. You know, what I mean, as much as he could take, he could give out.
And do you think he can come harder, even harder? I mean, because he lost that fight by a split decision. Many people thought that he won the fight. So do you think he will come harder this time to get the knockout, or
I
to?
think
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. Anytime you're on a loss, you want to do better, and you want to come push more. So I think he'll come harder. And I'm just getting ready for that.
Okay. And which aspects of his game, his fighting game, are you analyzing, and what do you need to be careful of him?
You know, just in general, I think since we last fought, I think both of us just gained a whole bunch of experience fighting top notch guys, and I just think he's gonna come with that more experience when he comes to fight me, and I got to be prepared. But I have the same experience. I fought. I had a close fight with Peter Young, who was a champ. I had not the best fight with Aljamain Sterling with my 2 losses. So I think it comes down to just my experience as well, and putting him in uncomfortable situations, whether it's on his back, going for takedowns, or on the stand up.
Okay, and where do you think a win against Pedro Munhoz will leave you in the rankings, and in general for this year?
I think it'll put me up there. I know there was some talk about fighting Rob Font, the winner of this fight. I think, after this, 1 or 2 more fights, definitely is one, and I could be looking for, another win after this. I could be looking for like a contendership fight, you know what I mean, going for the belt. But I'm not looking past it. I want to stay focused on this one thing at a time. Don't want to, overstuff my plate and giving myself too much. I want to just focus on one thing at a time, so this way I could go in there and focus on the job at hand.
Yeah, and how many times would you like to compete this year, taking into account that last year you only fought once?
I would love to compete 3 times. Unfortunately, it's tough in the rankings. Some people want to fight you, some people don't. Some people are out or injured. You kind of want to climb up the ladder. I think at this point, in my career, it's not just climbing ladder, but like looking for the styles that I like to fight. You know what I mean? I give you an example. When I fought Dodson's one of those people that wait for that one shot. You run in on him, and you can get caught. So I like fighting guys like Pedro who like to stay in the middle and fight and bang away. So I'm looking forward to this fight.
Okay, and Jimmy, I want to ask you something because many people and also the media were talking these days about TJ Dillashaw's suspension, which has been lifted. So TJ himself has said that he wants a title shot almost immediate. So what do you think about that? Do you think that the UFC will give him that?
I think if it's not a bad move. Him fighting as a business move, especially if Jan wins against Sterling. But I also see that for him to earn it, one fight he could get that title contendership, or I focusing. You're not going looking past Pedro, but winning this fight, it'd be nice to welcome TJ back into the division.
Oh, I was to ask you that. How do you imagine a fight between TJ and you?
I would beat him in the stand-up. I think he's kind of got a unique style, but it's very beatable style. So I would love to do that. You watch his 2 fights with Cody Garbrandt, and you could just tell Cody gets his emotions the best of him, and that TJ's was able to capitalize on that. I mean, even in this, was it the second fight or the first fight? I always forget which one it was, when Cody rocked TJ right towards the end of the round. Then it went to the second round. TJ got the win back. I don't remember if it was the first fight or the rematch. I can't remember.
I think it was the rematch, but I don't remember either.
But it happened. I know it happened.
Yeah, sure.
So, but yeah, I would love to do that. I would also love to fight Garbrandt, but I'm not sure if he's dropping down to 25 or what he's doing right now. With that, I would love to fight Aldo or any of the big names. I mean, I got to fight Faber, someone that I did look up to, watch him go and set the lower weight classes and his style and stuff like that. It was cool. So it was cool to share the octagon with him. I would love to do that with another one like Frankie or Aldo or any one of those guys would be awesome.
Gracias por visitar Somos MMA en YouTube. No olvides suscribirte a nuestro canal y activar las notificaciones para seguir disfrutando de nuestro contenido.